Yeah. What's up, baby? We're back in this thing again for another review. This is Q's Insight. I am Callie, and today we're here to talk about a show called From. Okay, now this particular show has 2 seasons already out for it. I am caught up on both seasons, and I'm currently waiting for season 3. I think we all are waiting for season 3, right? So once that comes out, if it comes out, if they're greenlit for it, you can expect either another full season, like just kind of review and then what I thought about it, or an episode by episode review. But we'll see how it goes. But like I said, since this show's been out for a while now. Season 1's of course been out for a while. Season 2 was released not too long ago. So for that, that'll be kind of fresh. But the season 1 review is kind of old. You know what I'm saying? But being that I like the show so much, I just figured, let's just go ahead and do from season 1 review and a from season 2 review, and then eventually a from season 3 review, right? So we're gonna stick it with from season 1 review right now. This is from season 1 review, all right, or opinion, however you want to say. Now, if you've been to this channel before, you already know how we do it. We started off with the premise, 3 favorite scenes, the grade, and then we on to that next one, right? All right. So again, this is from season 1. Now, originally, this show came out on Epix, I believe, and has now been re-released on MGM Plus, where I think Epix just became MGM Plus or just partnered up with them. So you can find from season 1 and from season 2 on MGM Plus, and I can't remember. Actually, it is kind of expensive. I think it's like $17.99 if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong. It's either $17.99 or $5.99. Even though it's such a big drastic difference, it's either one of them. Anyways, so we have this show called From. And right off the bat, let me just say, you're going to be interested in this show if you're a fan of Lost, and then also if you're a fan of supernatural things that can happen. Kind of like a Stephen King fan like that. This is going to be a show that you have to watch because you're gonna like it. Kind of like this is like Castle Rock and Lost mixed together. This is what this is. Perfect. But anyway, so you have this show called From. Now you have these certain individuals, and I'll go over certain ones as this review goes along, but you have these individuals that are some way, somehow enter into this town, okay? Now, once they enter into this town, they can no longer get out. If they follow the roads and keep going straight, it ends up just basically having them loop back and be back at the town. So once you're in the town, as far as we know it, there's no escape in the town right now. So that's one thing that's crazy. You also have in this town, there are monsters. Okay, these are monsters that kind of somewhat resemble zombies because they walk real slow, but they're not beat up or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? They have a human form now. They can look regular, they smile, they can talk, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And this is what makes them dangerous, because you don't know if sometimes, is this person really, real, or are they the monster, you know what I'm saying? Because throughout this season you have regulars that are there in the town, but then you have more people that keep coming, and then even with the ending of this season 1, you have more people that come. So if a situation was to occur and someone was running at night, just whatever, you don't know if this person is truly that person. You know what I'm saying? You don't know because we don't even know if these monsters. Check it. We don't even know if these monsters were once human and then they died and then they just had their human form, but then they gained this monster form because they have a monster form as well. Or is it just that these monsters can take random forms of people? Like what is it? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. So, but these monsters, they walk to you slow. You know what I'm saying? But if they get you cornered or if they surprise you, you're done, bro. They're gonna eat you, and not even like really eat you. Honestly, they honestly like open you up and like suck out like blood and like eat the innards or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy, crazy things that they do. You know what I'm saying? And these things are not beatable. You know what I'm saying? At this point, these things are not beatable. You know what I'm saying? Like they get shot, you can do whatever, they don't die. So that's number two. um Three is you have the people of this town. All right, you have people that you do not know, randomly living next to you, and also not only that, but they have broken off into two groups. You have the groups that live in the town that are kind of watched over by Sheriff Boyd and Kenny, and then on the other side, you have I think it's called the con. Is it called the continent? Um, Whatever. It starts with a C, but it's just a house. Okay, and now at this house, they are watched over by Donna and I would say Ellis. Um, okay, so these people over there in there's the Continental House, I think is what it's called. But the people of the Continental House, they are like more hippie, like base, free form, like everybody's stuff is everybody's. Nobody owns their own stuff. We all sleep anywhere. They all mess around. You know what I'm saying? Ain't you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy over there. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then you have the people that live in the town, and that's more like a civilized living. You know what I'm saying? Each family has their own house. You know what I'm saying? And da 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 da. So you got the two factions of the civilians that are stuck in this town, but they do all get together. But it's just like it's a way of life. Do you want to live like what I'm saying, like the regular way, or do you want to live kind of like in a apocalyptic way? You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I kind of see it. So you got that as well. You also have this town, the energy that is being supported off of. Um, we don't know where it's coming from. Yes, these things, lights and whatever else it may be, have cords and they go down to the ground. But we do find out that in this season, they dig a hole so deep and they pull the cord up and there's nothing there. So how is this energy, how is this electricity being put throughout this town? All right. Also, you have a specific character named Sarah, and she, ever since being here, has been hearing voices. Now, these voices are telling her to do certain things, and she feels that even if they're evil, or even if some of the things will be considered evil or bad, that if she does do these things, these voices promise her to get her back home, her and her brother back home. Okay. Now, Sarah hears these voices throughout the storyline, as far as this season, and eventually it tries to get her to do some stuff that can be perceived as unforgivable. You know what I'm saying? But because she has this connection with what she calls is the voice or the voices, this place that they're in is supernatural. You know what I'm saying? It's not, maybe not every aspect of it, but a lot of it is supernatural. And so a connection with the things that you want to be considered called the voices, that could be something that can help out in the end of the day, because not everybody here is hearing these voices, and these voices know things. They prove to themselves. They prove themselves to other people that doubt Sarah, that this is not a joke. You know what I'm saying? These are real things. These are real deals. So you got Sarah that's hearing the voices. All right. Then you have the situation of, okay, we're stuck in this town, we can't get out, we've been driving, we always end up back in this town, we got these monsters, we got the food, but how long is that gonna last? Yes, we're civil between each other, but maybe sometimes we can fight, you know what I'm saying? Things like that, you know what I'm saying? All these things are going on, so it's like, how do we find a way to try to get out of here besides what we've already tried? And so there's a family that is eventually comes to this town, not by choice, but they do come to this town, and that's the Matthews family. Okay, and now Jim, the father in the Matthews family, he is able to. He's like a tech. He's a tech, so he's able to come up with this plan to build this radio, so that way they can send a signal out to try to get some word out to somewhere and see what's going on. Is what's going on here? Is it happening all around the world? Is it just us stuck in this form? Like, what's going on? So they do end up building that tower, and when they build that tower, they send a signal out. Now, right before the signal is being sent out, there's a storm that comes. Kind of like in a supernatural way as well. Not even that the clouds were forming and everything like that. Like, as soon as they put up the signal, the storm just came like out of nowhere. Like, nah, bro, you ain't about to be sending those signals out to nobody. Y'all here with me forever. So it was like kind of a supernatural type based thing, right? But they make a call, and then Jim, he ends up talking to somebody, and it's like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, maybe they're gonna get out of there. The dude ends up being like real calm and cool, but then he comes kind of like with a creepy vibe with it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, Jim, you should be getting out of there. The storm is approaching. And you're just like, yo, how do you know that there's a storm approaching? You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy, if he's hearing this, he should be far away. Obviously, whoever this person is that he's talking to, if they're even real, you know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, we don't know what's going on in this town, honestly. It could be real, it could be not. It could be a thing in between, you feel me? So, but honestly, he ends up saying like just a lot of things that he shouldn't know. Like, hey, why are you still standing out in the storm? Get back in the house. Get everybody back in the house. The radio is gonna be destroyed, type thing. Your wife, she's digging holes and shouldn't be digging holes. And that's what the thing. The Matthews family were the ones that wanted to come up. Not only was the ones that come up with the idea to put this radio out, or this signal out, along with Jade's help as well, for the signal, the radio, but they had their hands in that, but also they had their hands in their own conquest of digging deep into the basement, trying to find where these wires are connected to, so they can find out where this electricity is coming from, for every house and everything like that. And the dude ends up telling him like, hey, your wife shouldn't be digging. She is, da 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 da. Go, you better go check on her or whatever. So Jim runs to check on her. She falls down into this crevice, right? And we end up seeing that there's a character named Victor there. Okay, now this character Victor, he is also special. He's been in this town for a long time, since he was a young kid. He's now old, like 60, 70, whatever you want to say. He's been in there since he was like probably 8 years old, something like that. So we know that this situation in this town, we kind of see that it's been going on for a long time, or maybe it hasn't, because there's some type of time variation that goes on within this show where people heal faster than they should, or if people have diseases, they progress faster than they should. So maybe there's some type of time manipulation thing going on, to where he jumped from there to there, or maybe it's just really been like this for that long, and he's been here for that long, you know what I'm saying? But this cat named Victor, he is definitely special. kind of in a way special, just how Sarah is. You know what I'm saying? Because they have this connection to this town, right? So Victor basically ends up seeing the mother and helping her through the situation. But I know I'm jumping around a lot. I'm just trying to tell you the things that are inside this story, so that way this season, so that way you can kind of get a grasp of it. I don't want to tell you everything that happens, but along the way, I will still have to tell you some things that happens because you know what I'm saying, something that's how it is. You know what I'm saying, but I don't want to do too much. All right, so but like I said, Victor is special, bro. And we're still finding out things about him. Um, Not only that, but Victor also knows about the voices as well. He knows about this little kid in white that is seen by Victor and that is seen by the Matthews family. Their son Ethan. He can see him as well. Now this little boy doesn't talk, whatever it may be, but he ends up being like a omen, but a positive omen, an omen that helps them out whenever they need direction or whatever it may be, right? Um, so you know, you have that. Um, and is he the voices? Is he different? You know what I'm saying? Is he one of the monsters? Is he, you know what I'm saying? Like what is going on? There's so many aspects of the show that it just it bleeds out questions to be answered every second. And they do answer some questions, but it's more questions being bred out and bled out every single second, bro. And just the fact that they have layers upon layers of things to worry about, it's just like wow, you know what I'm saying? This is a crazy, crazy show. Exactly like Lost was. Like I said, mixed with Castle Rock though. Um, but I will say, so um, you know, you have that. You also have these trees that or even certain places that are portals. Okay, now that's why I said there's probably some type of time manipulation. So you can go into a certain tree and end up being in a different point in that town, or being in a different like uh um maybe time, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe it's time travel. Maybe they do that there as well. So it's really hard to per se point a finger on what's exactly going on, and I can't really tell you exactly what's going on because we're still in the midst of finding out. But I'm just kind of throwing out some things out there for you that you know were kind of in my head in season one as well as season two. But I'm just kind of focusing on season one right now. But okay, so you have these trees that do that. You have um, the fact of all this stuff is going on that's crazy and supernatural, but then sometimes things that are regular, you know what I'm saying? It's like, how is it happening? Um, there's animals, they're able to farm animals, you know what I'm saying? Where are these animals coming from? You know what I'm saying? Where is this electricity coming from? So, you know, there's a lot of questions to be had, you know what I'm saying? Uh, but and then so that's kind of a lot of the things that go on within the first season, and also that carry on within this into the second season. But that's a lot of things that go on within the first season. I kind of explained certain characters to certain people to you, um, you know. But mainly you have Sheriff Boyd. Um, he came there with his son Ellis and his wife. Um, Abby, but something happens to them, and they've been there for a while. They've been there for a while as well. Then you have the Matthews family that ends up coming in. The Matthews families, Tabitha, Jim, um, uh, Ethan, and Julie. These family comes in kind of like right when the story's happening. They're kind of like us. They're kind of like us. They're us like arriving there. You know what I'm saying? Then you have people that have been there for a long time, OGs like Donna and Father Cothry and you know what I'm saying, so forth and so on. Um, um, but I will say each character in this story is definitely fleshed out very well. You will definitely get a good grasp of who they are and where they're going within season one and two, season two, and possibly into season three. So I don't really have to go into great detail about the characters. You'll kind of just get them along as you come. but I just kind of want to give you a grasp of the story and like what's going on. That's what's going to pull you in. That's what's going to keep you there. Yes, the characters and the actors are great, but the story and all the lore and the questions and the mystery and even the drama, you know what I'm saying, the supernatural aspects to it, the regular aspects to it, everything is going to that's going to be the thing that draws you in, believe me. So yeah, so that's basically the premise of the story. Three of my favorite scenes for this first season. This will be spoilerish, and this will probably this may be out of order. But first of all, let's say that opening scene, bro, when the little girl lets that grandma into the house and that window when she's on the second floor, so that grandma's floating. Obviously, she lets the grandma in. The grandma comes in, kills the little girl, kills the girl's mom, and then even the continuation, bro, of that scene, you know what I'm saying? When we find out that the father was out drinking the night previous, he comes home, Sheriff Boyd, you know what I'm saying, tells dude like, yeah, you was out there doing this, and now look at your family. And they go back upstairs, and you see the whole layout, the whole mess of his whole family just tarnished, bro, tarnished. Therefore, right in his eyes, right there to see, bro. And then Boyd like telling him to look and everything like that, bro. Just it was, and then when Boyd slapped him in the beginning, like bat, like 2-3 times, bro. That was like, bro, just that whole function. That was my first favorite scene. My second favorite scene would be, I would have to say, and like I said, this may be out of order, but my second favorite scene I would have to say, would be, when the dude that is at the Continental House lets in one of the monsters because he thinks he's gonna hook up with her, and he kind of does for a second, but then she like, you know what I'm saying, unhooks for sure. And so that scene was crazy because not only did that dude die, and not only did that girl get let in, but the rest of the monsters that were around in that group got let in and then started trying to kill other people within the house. So you have certain people getting killed, but a lot of the people that were in the Continental House were able to escape because these monsters, like I said, they come real slow like this, and they're just smiling at you like they don't care. You know what I'm saying? They know they about to get you. They gonna get you, and if they don't get you, they'll get you another time. You know what I'm saying? So they're not even tripping like that. But that'd be my second favorite scene. That whole havoc right there that took place. And so my third favorite scene will actually be when Jim makes contact with whoever that was. If it was a real person, if it was one of the voices, if it was somebody that's you know, sabotaging from the inside, if it was just whatever it was, but just the whole fact that they made contact and then the person knew exactly what was going on, as if he was like God, like looking down at him, like knowing what was going on exactly at that moment. Like it was crazy. And then him pointing out the fact that his wife was out there digging, and then like, yo, you better get to your wife because something about to happen. And then the ground that she's literally digging on breaks and turns into like nothing, and she falls deep into this cavern. It was a crazy scene, man. So that would be my third favorite scene. The grade for this whole season, from season one, definitely enjoyed this, and this is why I had to do it. You know what I'm saying? But my grade for the whole season one of From would be a 9 out of 10. So definitely above average, damn near perfect, but definitely above average. Definitely worth your time, especially if you're a fan of Lost. If you're a fan of things like Castle Rock. I can't think of any other ones right now off the top of the dome like that, but like for sure, like Castle Rock and Lost. This is what that is. This both of those combined. And so if you like Stephen King type things, you know what I'm saying, like you like supernatural, mystery, drama, whatever, bro, this is gonna be your bag for sure. So I definitely would suggest that you check it out. If you guys have seen this from season one, let me know what you guys thought about some of the things that are happening in this first season. And do you think this first season was really good? Is it overrated? Were you happy to get a season 2? And would you like to see a season 3? All right. I will get the second season review for From out to you guys real soon, but I just wanted to get the season 1 review to you guys right now. So again, 9 out of 10, above average, worth your time. Go check it out. If you guys got MGM Plus, go check it out. If you guys don't, I would get MGM Plus just to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Just to watch that. But anyways, think that'll be it for right now. This is Q's Insight. I'm Callie. Until next time.